Welcome to another edition of The Cold Open. I'm John Manzione, your host, and we'll be back right after this opening theme. And I'm back. I never get tired of that theme. Not yet, although I am working on another one. Hey, listen, if you come down here to the bottom camera, you will see that today I am talking about the black out version of the Vapor Flask. Now, this is an authentic Vapor Flask, not one of the many clones out there. And it cost a pretty penny. And I am basically going to be comparing it. What is this basically crap? Gotta get away from that too. I got away from calling things puppies, and I gotta get away from that. Anyway, this is the USB cable that comes with it. It's a wrap. It's a fabric wrap kind of deal. So we'll get into that too a little bit, maybe if I have time. But I've also got my Vaporshark RDNA out because I wanted to talk about this a little bit as well. This was also an expensive box mod, but this is the one that I'm most interested in talking about. Come on back up here. We sent an email to Vapor Flask last week, and never got a reply from them. We had asked to borrow one. We would return it. Just so that we could talk about it, because I was interested in talking about the more expensive mods that are out there, box mods, compared to a $50 iStick, or all of the box mods that are under $100, and these two down here are much more expensive. And I never got a reply, which is kind of strange, because I never got a reply from Vaporshark either. And the same deal. Send us one, we'll use it, we'll test, and we'll send it back to you. But they didn't. Neither one wanted to do it. So we used our company slush fund and went out and got them ourselves. So let's just go back down here for a second. Let me see if I can give you a better shot of this. Comparing this to the Vaporshark box mod. It is quite a bit larger. Here we go. It's quite a bit larger. The reason, of course, is that this device has two 1860 batteries, where this one only uses one. And changing the battery out is really quite easy. With the Vaporshark, you just slide the magnetic door off and change the battery out. And they both run the latest Evolve DNA 40 boards. And basically, I have a swear jar up here, and every time I say that word, I just have to throw some money into it. But anywho, the Evolve DNA 40 board has a lot of very cool features, and also the board does include, the chipset does include the I'm in fine shape today. OLED screens, and you can see they are both the same here. Let's turn it on. It's in the way that they deliver the information. The Vaporshark screen is the, I believe it's because they use the Evolve DNA D, 40D board, perhaps, and that is why they have a larger readout, whereas the Vapor Flask only has the more traditional Evolve board screen. And this unit is brand new. We purchased this from VapeRev. And okay, hold your breath. We paid $325 for this guy, and I gotta tell you, it's a nice device. It's for sure, but it really is made with high grade aluminum, stainless steel, floating pins, temperature control, preheating, all the doodads, all the features that the Vaporshark which costs $200, or actually more accurately $189, does, and their display is much easier to read. But they both have the ability to go down to 0.16 in using regular coils, and 0.1 ohm using nickel coils. Now, I did order some of the nickel wire Subtank coils from Vaporshark last week. They haven't arrived. They may be here any minute. And when they do, I was kind of hoping I was going to get them, but I needed to get this video out because I've got a lot of other videos that need to get made. And I wanted to go over some of the temperature control features, and I may do that with you at another review. But this one here is based. Did we stop? Did our recording stop down here? It's not moving, guys. Is that communication attempting to reestablish? Well, you know what? Even all right, it's recording again. What the hell are you gonna do? Technology, guys, it's not what it used to be. Thank God my microphone's on, or I'd have to do this all over. Okay, so let's come up here. Now, these are very much different size devices. Now, true, like I said, there's 2 batteries in this one, but should it make up for that much space? Well, let's take a look. Let's come back down here again. This is the bottom of the device, and this is your battery compartment. So it's funny, it's kind of they call this one the blackout. And the reason why is because these 2 buttons here and this button here is black, but the screws and the lids here, and the battery end caps are not blacked out. And I understand that even if you would have painted them, the propensity to scratch and reveal the metal underneath would be greater than. It just seems to me that if you're going to call it the blackout version, it would have been nice to find a way to make this all black, even these things. But and these are not very easy to open unless you have the tool to open it. And luckily, they do not supply that tool. But luckily, Joytech did in one of their, I think it was the eGrip, and we were able to. We had a few of those laying around, so it was an easy point. You can also use a quarter or a dime or whatever, but we use that to put the batteries in. And we put in when we ordered this, let's come back up here because, you know, you're bored just staring at the Vapor Flask, right? So when we ordered this, we ordered the recommended batteries for it, the Sony VTC 30 amp batteries, and they sent them to us. They were absolutely drained. We put them in this device, and we hooked it up to our computer with this, and it took 10 hours to charge. 10 full hours to charge. But I have been using it for a while, and we have plenty. Let's come back down here. We have plenty of battery life left, and I've been using it for quite a bit. Now, oh, by the way, down here, this is your USB connector down here. And they, you know what? Some people call this a micro USB cable, but it's really not. The micros are the real small ones. And it's not a proprietary, as I heard someone once mention. This is not a proprietary deal here. This is just a mini. It's not a micro. It's a mini USB connector. So I know that because of my time in the computer business. So anyway, I was going to do another test here. I had a lot of people say that to me when I did the Vaporshark review. They said that the Vaporshark should fire off the Arctic with the 0.2 ohm coil as well, and they're right. It should. It didn't for me, but we're going to give it another shot and see if it works. But I did want to show you that this does work. Now this is all the way up at 40 watts. Let's come back down here and show you. Let's focus. It is 40 watts. whoop, whoop. I swear, it's so hard getting used to this business stuff. It's 40 watts. So we'll show you how this works, how this pushes an Arctic at 0.2 ohm a coil. I was literally lost in the clouds for a minute. And boy, I tell you what, that Arctic tank really, really does produce a flavor, doesn't it? If you guys have gotten yourself an Arctic tank, why don't you tell me in the comments below what you think, particularly about the flavor. Now that the tank is out, let me know what you think. We've got a couple of other tanks on the way in. The Matrix, the Hercules, the Smoke VCT. So we're going to be doing a lot of those too. Like I said, things are backing up. But after spending 300, that was my fault, not this. After spending $325 for this, it deserved a review. All right, so let's go back down here again. Here we go. We're going to put the Arctic tank on the fully charged Vaporshark. And, of course, it's not going to fire off of that. So we're going to take this guy. What's the matter here? Power locked. Okay, I'm sorry. I've been doing that a lot lately. Locking my wattage in so it doesn't change. So we're going to pump this all the way up to the 40 watts, okay? Boom, there you go. Now let's come back up here. Now let's give this thing another shot. And it works! Yay! My sincerest apologies to Vaporshark, because in my last video about the Arctic tank, I said that it would not fire. And it turns out that the coil, the threading connector down here had a little bit of dust in it. As soon as I got a Q-tip, rolled it around, put the Arctic tank on there, it started working. So my sincerest apologies to you guys. Even though you didn't send one just to review and send back to you, I'm going to apologize anyway. And besides, I'm glad I bought it because it was my memento from the show, and it's been a great device. But here's the bottom line here when it comes to the Vapor Flask. This, by the way, let's come down here again. This is all stainless steel, 6041 stainless steel. You know, we're going to get up to the highest quality stainless steel. I don't know, our 6041 aluminum, and this is, what the hell is the name of that stainless steel? Food grade stainless steel or something, whatever. This is a this also has a floating pin connector down here. Boop, 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 push that down. And so you get a nice tight fit no matter what tank you use. As a matter of fact, I won't take a drag at 50 watts, that's for sure. But I'll put on the sub tank, and as you can see, a nice fit. And this is also a 22 millimeter machine and device, so it's gonna your tanks, all your 22 millimeter tanks are gonna look absolutely fine. And we put on the Arctic, and it fits beautifully. And let's see, I have a Delta 2 over here. And so I'm going to put the Delta 2 over here, and it too fits really nice. So it'll fit all of your tanks. Unless you have a super wide tank, it's going to fit really, really nice. I have been using my Arctic tank more and more with this one, and I have been using a sub tank mini with the Vaporshark, and that's pretty much how I run. That's how much I run. Yeah, okay, fine. I tell you, what a week. It's only Wednesday, folks. So, excuse me for a minute. You know, I'll give you something to look at while I run this thing down to 30 watts, which is where I like to run my sub-tank minis. Hey, what's the matter here? Oh, That's right. This is another thing about this board here. It wants to know whether it's a hello. It wants to know whether it's a new coil or the same one. So you know, and so it calibrates it, which is kind of cool. Hello, hello. I said, Jesus, people. This one, as you know, let's try this, okay? What we're going to do is we are going to take the Arctic tank off, put another tank on here, and we're going to ask the Vapor Flask if it will do the same thing. A new, yes it does. Let's give me a nice sharp focus on that. And it too has that. So I think the only difference of the Evolve D40D board is the bigger OLED on there. So this one says I'm going to press this button and I said up, dude, here. Whoa, there you go. 40 might be a little too high for this one as well. So, all right. So bottom line, which one do I like better? And there's also another feature, part of the reviews that I think I'm gonna start using. I heard somebody say this the other day, and I kind of like that. And I'm gonna try to see if I can get my my writers to incorporate this when they're writing. Which one do I like better? Well, I love the board. I mean the OLED screen on this board, on this device. I love this. I love the door, the magnetic door. It's so easy to change out batteries, and since I discovered that it does go down all the way down to 1.6, I am in love with the Vaporshark even more. Okay, and it is, to me, it is very much worth the $199 I paid for it at the show. But you would think that you would pay less at a show than you would retail. But whatever. I bought it. I like it. I'm glad I have it. I like the skin that I bought with it and the whole deal. Now, the $325 blackout version of the Vapor Flask. What I like about this, I love the styling on it. It is comfortable, okay? It does work well, even if no matter which way you want to do it. If you want to tuck it in your hand like this and press with your thumb here, or you want to turn it around, which is what I do. I like using my index finger as the trigger, and then I just sort of rest my palm, my inside of my palm here. God, I have no idea what the juice is in here in this Delta 2 because it's been sitting here so long, but I really like it. I can't tell who made it though. It's kind of a blackberry. Maybe somebody got in here, Dave, and changed out the flavor. I don't know. But anyway, I'm sorry to get off track so much. I'm a little scatterbrained today. I'll admit it. I've got so much to do. So I'm going to put my Arctic tank back on here and once again go over. I love the styling on this. I love the fact that it takes two. Did you see that? I ran out of time. And now we started up again. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, I like the styling on this. I like the blackout features on this, although they didn't go all the way. But I like the blackout button here. If you check your other models of the Vapor Flask, you'll see that they have stainless steel or aluminum buttons here, and not a blackout button, which I think is kind of nice. The button is very, very good, very, very high quality. Nice clicking. The battery, the button, Jesus. The buttons here are nice and flush. Let's go down here. And can we get you to work down here? So I'm going to stop it. And, oh, geez, somebody's texted me. Okay, well, anyway, the The buttons are so well flush, you can't even really see them on this blackout version. But you know they're there. And it works quite well. So here's the bottom line. And I love this question. If I lost these devices, would I replace them? And if I didn't have insurance, of course I have insurance, so of course I would. But if I didn't have insurance, and the verdict is on both of them, yeah, I would. I would here, because this wouldn't hurt. This doesn't hurt so much. The Vaporshark doesn't hurt so much. You know, it lasts a long time, and it's got a lot of great features. I love the board. I am a big fan of the Evolve DNA 40 board. Looking forward to their newest board when it comes out, and so forth and so on. But I do like the board. So yes, I would replace that. The Vapor Flask Blackout is $325. The regular, all the other Vapor Flasks are $299, so we'll call it $300. We call this $200 and call this $300. Is this worth the extra $100? And I think it is, because the battery life is a whole lot more, but it's truly the main difference for most vapors is that extra battery. Because if you have a DNA 40 device, if it's authentic, leave me alone. You're going to be happy with it. If you like that DNA board, you'll be happy with either of them. So it really is a pocketbook issue for me, and I would be more inclined to replace the Vaporshark than I would the Vapor Flask, but I have really grown to like them both. And because I now have them both, they have both become my evening machines, my devices that I use when I go home. And if I'm happen to go out on the road, which I hate doing, but or in my office or something like that, I still use my iSticks, whether it's this one or the black one that I have or whatever. This goes down to the Arctic tank levels as well, and they're great. But this is $50, $325 for the blackout version, $189 for the Vaporshark. These two run the Evolve boards. This does not. This has a lot more features. So, you know, it's all a matter of what you like. But I do like the Vaporshark, and I do like the Vapor Flask, both of them. And yeah, I bought them, and I would buy them again. So, and that's it for me. I just wanted to let you know about that. I do have some other fantastic new products that we will get to, hopefully today. And if I change my shirt, it might be a different day, or it might be the same day, and I just changed my shirt. So I am out of here, folks. Have a good day, and I will see you next time. Bye.